It's about to go down. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Shawn, that's me. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C Chung, and
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, yeah. Tight shirts, what? Tight shirts, yeah. Tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Shawn wears tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trends when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yeah. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Every day. My son wears tight shirts. To the gym or wherever. Tight shirts. Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, Michael Shawn and We the Worst Records, Pluto, Aristotle, and P. Skills have just destroyed or created another perfectly horrible song. Yeah. Check out the next single, Grown Man Wearing Skinny Jeans. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning. I overslept the one time I needed to be here on time. Oh, the one fucking time. And I got all four squares. C. Chung got a whole background that's different. He's all professional because we got a guest today.
You don't see what that is, Mike?
You look like you're on. Is it NASA? Is it Obi-Wan?
Oh, that's the water. That's the water tower in Willingboro.
Right.
That's hilarious. For those who don't know, C-Chuck's from Willingboro, New Jersey, and that's dope. Wait a sec. All right. How in the hell? Okay, Steve. All right. He wants to show off now because his friend's about to be on the damn show. Let's see if he shows up. Jay Black's in the building. What up, Jay? What's good?
Yo. I'm here. Generation X is in the building.
Mo was supposed to be. She was here. Okay, Mo's back. All right, Sexy Mo's in the building. Shout out to Sexy Mo. Shout out to everybody. I apologize. I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning, and I was watching TV, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stay up. I'm gonna stay up. It is what it is. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna struggle. And ladies and gentlemen, I fell back asleep, and I looked at the clock, and it was 7:13. I said, oh shit. I don't know why y'all didn't start the show without me. I don't know what happened. Ashley Newman was good. Good morning, Miss Parker. And where's my phone? Some of y'all actually who have my number actually text me. Y'all are hilarious. The Takeover Legend community.
Yo, where you at, nigga?
They acted. Yo, you good? You good? Goddamn, I'm up every morning. And that didn't happen. How's everything? Everything was good with you yesterday. How was your day, Sexy Mo, yesterday?
It was good. It was fruitful.
It was what?
Fruitful.
Oh,
when I say fruitful, that means I made some money. Like some money came my way. It was fruitful.
Okay. All right. So yesterday, C. Chung, me and Jay Black did a reenactment of if this interview happens, because we're not saying he's not gonna show up, we're just saying we've been here before. We've had people say they were going to be on the show. We've had Johnny Gill. We've had Bill Bellamy. We've had Lunel. And they've shown up. And some people haven't. So we did a reenactment yesterday, C. Chung. And I'm going to run this by you because this is a friend of yours. And Jay Black said we're going to do a happy interview. We're gonna do a happy interview.
Positive
interview.
Easy
Yeah.
killer. Easy killer.
Positive interview. And I said, I think that's all we do here is positivity. But all right. Well,
Y'all show your ass sometimes.
But we're not trying to start no trouble. We're not trying to start. We trying to create a friendship. We're trying to start something that's friendly. That we, shout out to Ryan Toby. He's the guy who we're talking about. You've seen him on Sister Act, City High. He's been behind mega big huge songs that he's written, co-produced, and stuff like that. And Jay Black played the role of Ryan yesterday. He played the role.
I did a good job.
I think he thought he did a good job.
I did a really good job.
So then I asked certain questions, and Jay answered certain questions, but he kind of tried to beat around the bush a little bit. Then we finally got to the actual thing. Is there something, C. Chung? Long story longer. Is there something you don't want us to ask him before he gets on the show? Because this is your thing. This is your thing. We're not trying to mess up the plug.
Do your job now.
Do your job.
You weren't here yesterday.
Go ahead,
so you telling the man to do his job.
Okay.
You know what the man's job? He's a professional comedian. J-Black does rapid fire questions.
Yeah, he does that at the end. Yeah, after I get in all the trouble, he does that. He wants to join in.
Gave you the glow stick to just like.
Okay. I was just wondering. Mo, do you have questions that you're on the fence that you don't know if you want to ask Ryan Toby or something?
The ones that came up yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
You said like above or below the stomach, like all of those questions. We can't ask those questions.
Okay.
Don't ask
questions. Anthony Berry. Good morning.
Willenboro. Look, we got Willenboro heavy in here. Like I lived in Hawthorne on Charleston Road. 482 Charleston Road. I still remember that address. I was at the public pools when the public pools was popping in Willenboro, and you had to have a tag at the beginning of the year. You had to get a tag. You had to go to the library and get a whole. There was adult swim when the adults at a certain time only the adults swim in the pool. So you had to get out the pool.
Guppy badge, Mike?
You said what?
I said. Did you have a Guppy badge?
I did. No, my sister had a Guppy badge. And then as you mature, you know what I'm saying? You over there, you meeting chicks at the pool. You got the low dive and the high dive. I don't know if y'all familiar with that. I only did the high dive once. And it was popping. So all my Willenboro people, whatever park you were from or that you currently live in, shout out to had a few people. Trina McGee lived in Garfield. I'm putting names out. That was my first girlfriend ever, Trina McGee. Shout to Trina, who made me kiss her. No, that was Crystal. Crystal made me kiss her. Trina was like, yep, that was yep. So I'm just giving you heads up now. See, just let us know if there's something. If you want to do a sign, if there's a sign, you want to put your right hand up and be like, no, keep it moving. You can give us a sign and we can keep it moving for you.
Like keep it on a positive note,
Describe positive. Describe positive, okay?
Yeah,
because you know what questions.
That's how I said the interview went yesterday.
Just keep in mind, the man just came off of Whoopi. Whoopi was crying when the man was on the show. Okay, like keep it,
Well, I mean,
we can still have fun.
Can we ask him about working? We can ask him about working with Lauryn Hill. Yeah, we can ask that. That's a simple one.
All right.
Were you allowed to look her directly in the eye? Because I'm saying.
Well, that's the thing. They said that people could not look her in the eye.
Not back then when they did Sister Act. She was like 17.
Yeah, I doubt that. Yeah.
Come on.
You don't know nothing about nothing. She might have started young over there. Well, that was before the Marleys and stuff like that. Well, we're not gonna get a Lauren interview, so we can say anything we want. So Lauren's not gonna come up here, and if she does, she'll be late. So, all right. So, hanging out in Pennypacker in the '90s. Yo, Pennypacker in the '90s. I think Pennypacker. Anybody in Willenboro? If I'm wrong, C. Chung, was Pennypacker the dangerous park to hang out in?
The hood.
That was the hood, right? That was Compton.
Yeah.
That was Compton.
That's funny.
That was
You had to go around Pennypacker.
Yeah, you never rode your bike through Pennypacker. You just kept it moving. Just go. Like Twin Hills was nice. I like Twin Hills. Twin Hills, I felt like you made it in Willingboro if you lived in Twin Hills. And if you went to the Pool and Country Club, for those who know, they know. If you went to the Pool and Country Club,
Country Club was Calabasas.
That was literally that's where Kanye lived.
If he lived in Willingboro, right?
If he lived in Willingboro, he would live in Country Club because their pool was popping. Their pool didn't even look like all the other public pools. They didn't look nothing.
Their basketball courts had lights.
The basketball courts had lights. The whole thing. Shout out to Country Club.
No, Nikki, there will not be any Jasmine guy today.
Y'all still be bringing up this Jasmine God thing, and I really ain't do nothing. But okay, all right, Nikki. And I reached out to Nikki. Yes, the hood. Buckingham was the next hood. Was Buckingham the next hood?
Yeah, Buckingham was kind of.
Was Buckingham? Oh, was it Somerset? I really thought some. Okay, all right.
Somerset is up near me, so no.
No. We had a park, Somerset. We had a park.
Somerset Park. Oh, yeah, I only know about Pennypacker Park.
Somerset Park, Pennypacker. How do you know about Pennypacker? That. All right, never mind. Just see, you always be throwing things out there and don't want to explain behind the scenes. Hello, what do you know about Pennypacker? How was your BMW truck parked up in Pennypacker?
I travel.
All right, so let me see if we got something. Since do we know what time this alleged interview is supposed to pop off? Do we know what time?
You guys should be here at 8 a.m.
At 8 a.m.
Yep. And just know if I dip out, that means I got to go get in line because my boy is graduating. And then early it's like a 9:30, but then YTs they get in line early. So when we leave at like 8:40, I'm gonna dip out. So when I disappear, don't think, oh, where'd Jay go? I'm out.
No, congratulations. You got your thing today. Monday is the twins' graduation from high school.
Nice.
So that's gonna be popping. And I made the comment yesterday, and Mo was here when I said, Mo, I don't keep up with her the way I should. So when I did, the first thing she responded was, and I said this yesterday, first thing she responded was, is everything okay? Which means I don't call her enough, right?
No, it's not that. When Jay and Mike call, I just automatically go into like mother mode. I'm like, okay, is everybody all right? Is everything okay? Like, do you need anything?
Yeah, but nobody else does that. Nobody. So I realized that I'm gonna start doing these updates. I'm gonna start doing these calls on a regular basis, so that nobody just hits me. You all right? You good? Everything fine?
Check in.
So that means the reason I said that. Hold up. The reason I said that was because yesterday, giving you an update on my day. Yesterday, I was at work and I went to lunch, and I'm going to lunch. I'm about to hit Wawa. I'm about to get my little snack, and my daughter Akela calls me, and I pick up the phone like Sexy Mo. Y'all good? Everything all right? Right? No, because I officially believed something, because it's not my day to pick them up. Like today's Wednesday, so I pick them up Wednesday. Matter of fact, they changed the time. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I pick them up from school. So when I saw a phone call at 12:30, I believed I was in trouble. I said, damn, did I forget? Was I supposed to pick y'all up today? And they were like, no, Dad, everything's fine. Relax. I said, girl, you scared me. You scared me. I was like, where y'all at? They was with their grandmother. She said, we're in the parking lot of your job. Where you at? I'm like, I'm at Wawa. So I went and I met them over there because I was right around the corner, and they showed me their yearbook. This is when I started really feeling fucking old. So they have a yearbook. I didn't get my yearbook. Did y'all get your high school yearbook? Did everybody get their high school yearbook?
Absolutely. Yeah,
why did you get your high school yearbook for, Jay? You was a criminal.
Keep going. Everybody get their high school yearbook. I got my middle school yearbook too.
I mean, you didn't get your yearbook signed, like, take it around the school and get everybody. Yeah.
Jay was driving in a stolen car to high school. Are you kidding me right now?
That wasn't until 18.
I don't think nobody signed
it. That wasn't until 18. He didn't become a
Jay was starting his car with a screwdriver.
All right.
I need my yearbook.
Allegedly.
First of all, see, Chunk, if there's one thing I don't ever have to say allegedly. If I say anything about Jay Black, I do not have to use the word allegedly. I know this motherfucker. He was pardoned. He had to. He was pardoned.
I mean, you pardon him, like
the
that's
governor
under-
pardoned him.
The governor pardoned him.
Right there.
Next to me too, C-Chung.
Look, C-Chung, look.
Let's say governor pardon.
You don't need no allegedly. Look, he had to get pardoned.
I checked the box and say no criminal record, and I'm proud to say I have 0 felonies. 0
No,
criminal record.
It is one of the it's one of the funniest stories.
You always bring
this is one of the funniest stories that a non-comedian. I've never heard somebody tell a story that was this damn funny, yo. You got your senior, or you got to senior book. I didn't get my senior book.
Everybody got their yearbook.
Everybody has
like when I went to high school, I went to Leonard B High School, which is when I went there, was a white high school. You could drag that around.
I'm proud of my governor.
I'm just shocked that you have it framed and ready, readily available to show everybody.
Right there.
It says I am good. Yes, that's what it says. February 24th.
So while we're here, since we're on the subject of being pardoned and records being expunged, a lot of people haven't heard the story of what Jay Black did.
I thought we were about to play a clip. We're about to.
Where we going with this?
Shit ever.
For real though, how did that happen? How did that happen?
C-Chung hasn't heard. C-Chung, listen here, right? So this motherfucker decides he wanted to be running the streets and be Tupac early days before Tupac was Tupac, and I'm gonna run these streets and Jay Black, Mr. Bully is gonna steal cars, right? He's gonna steal cars, which would work out. Except one of the cars allegedly that he stole, he really liked. He liked it so much. This motherfucker changed the oil on a stolen car.
No, it wasn't the oil. It was the brakes. You told this to Claudia Jordan too when we had her on. I was like, why is he telling it to Claudia Jordan? C-Chung, I was wild. It was wild. It was a dope car.
So you kept it?
The brakes needed some brakes pads and the rotors.
And I need brakes right now. And I pay a monthly. I pay my car note. And he changed the brakes, right?
I was young. And the car had a system, and I wanted to keep that.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Plymouth Acclaim. You might not even remember them. I had a
Plymouth Acclaim.
I do.
Allegedly. This is all allegedly.
You were gonna say an Acura Legend or an
no. It was a dope Plymouth Acclaim with the rims and it had the system.
Some Philly shit.
Yeah.
That was definitely circa 1992 Philly.
You got to get rid of it after 2 days, but no. I said, this joint, I'm keeping this one.
I'm keeping it.
But anyway, move on, Mike. Play a clip. Stop trying to bring up stuff.
So he keeps the Plymouth Acclaim, right? And he's starting with a screwdriver, right? Driving, and he's taking it.
The brakes on.
He's taking it to school.
I put some brake pads on it. It was.
Jay Black,
it
was so crazy. He liked the car so much, he damn near got it inspected. He almost got it inspected.
You're an asshole.
But that's the old.
Don't worry about the
Jay
screwdriver.
Black.
Don't worry about that screwdriver.
Don't worry about the screwdriver. Don't worry about it. Just run this and make it happen. Brakes, rotors on the stove.
I was wild. I was wild.
That's crazy.
That's how old Jay Black though. Jay Black is a corporate.
So why did the governor pardon you though? Why did he pardon you?
Oh, because I figured out after that, sometimes you get institutionalized, C-Chung. We learn things in life. We have to take full accountability for our actions. You learn from those actions and you grow. You evolve. But Mike don't want me to evolve. Mike always want to bring
want you to evolve. I just think this is the greatest story ever on how he got caught.
And what he got caught over, a Plymouth though, that's crazy.
No, it wasn't it? It wasn't a Lexus. It was a Plymouth.
Like I was expecting to hear, like it was an LS 400, or he said a Plymouth Acclaim.
What was I? 18? Like what was I? Like 18?
He didn't know any better.
I know better than I think that Plymouth Acclaim was popping. I knew better.
Know better.
If I pull up a picture of a dope Plymouth Acclaim and when you 18. All right, what I fell for? I'm just talking about it. I'm just letting you. Can we move on?
So this dude ran. So this dude.
We can have another prank.
Whoa! We're not gonna not finish the story on this. He ran from the cops, right?
Oh shit!
Ran allegedly. Allegedly.
Oh, he's got the pardon. This is not alleged. This is true.
Allegedly.
I ain't got nothing on my record, unlike some other people on this show.
I have a record. I do. When white people ask me to do a background check, and they say, "Why you got a problem with a background check?" Bitch, because I got a background. That's why I don't want to do the background check.
So what we're gonna do? Maybe we need to work on the new governor.
Follow it up. So he runs.
Almost.
And this dude runs. I guess. Am I wrong? Did you run into some leaves under a car and think that they didn't see you?
It was a good high spot. See, I was under a car with all the leaves all around me, right next to a cemetery. I said, oh, I'm good. I'm running through. They have sirens everywhere. I'm cutting between houses. And when I said, I'm tired. So I got under this car, I put all the leaves, literally all the leaves all around me. I'm good. Face down. Right. All I can see is one little eyeball out. I see the cops still riding around the neighborhood looking for me. And then this cop, he stops near me, and then the car said, "What are you stopping here for? Of all the spots, He said, "Come from underneath the car." I said, "You talking to me? He can't see me."
Because he can see you as they pull up.
Hoodie. Your hoodie is sticking up through the leaves, so the freaking hoodie gave me away. You know how mad I was?
No,
I was 18. See, I was 18. All them times I was young. They don't count.
At least you lived to tell it.
Dude, the funny thing is they said, yo, you under the car. We see you. And Jay stayed quiet like, no, they don't. They bluffing.
They bluffing.
They talking to somebody else. They talking to the next nigga. Like that's some random shit. Like somebody
yeah, they ain't talking to me with this hoodie on. They not talking to me with this hoodie on. No, they not. They trying to bluff me.
It's the nigga across the street.
Hold up. When they first said you under the car, you know what he did? He ain't say nothing, but he put more leaves over him. He's like, no, I'm more leaves over him.
I'm not really under the car. I'm not. So they not talking to me.
I made that a guy.
Ani said this story sounds like that dude that got on Zoom driving with a suspended license in front of the judge.
No, I'm not that dude. That was different. He was an adult. I just turned an adult. I was still young. That was young.
Oh, and that story, to review that story, I found out the follow-up on that story. He was right. He did get his license cleared. It just didn't go through the system. Yeah, the full story was he didn't. He got his stuff cleared. It just didn't go through the system. So but Jay Black just added more leaves. He just added more leaves. He's like, I ain't going out like that.
And said the Plymouth with the systems was classy in the 90s, though.
He said it was classy.
All right, let me see. There's a young woman. I didn't get any.
Look like your guest may be getting settled a little early, so you might have to start a little early, Mike.
I don't have any content. I sent some stuff over, but because I woke up late, I didn't get to put up. Normally I wake up and I put them in, so I don't have a lot. I have a Lies Detective, but we did that one already. So, but I don't know if Mo was here. I'm always trying to keep up because C Chung's never here, so I know I can play anything. And C Chung, it'll be brand new to C Chung. I can play the intro to the show, and this shit is brand new to C Chung. He's like, yo, when y'all get that intro, you made the intro. You made the damn intro. I don't know if you have an allegedly or if y'all just went.
I see it look like your guest getting ready. I saw this yesterday. It was a prank. I guess a prank, and then karma caught up. I guess they're out in Detroit. They were
These pranks. What?
Yeah, it was a prank. Where I guess this dude broke up with his girlfriend. She was mad. And was egging his car with flour and all this stuff. And watch what happened right after they finished egging the car. I'm gonna zoom on this.
Damn. Yes.
So they're throwing eggs on the car, throwing flour on the car, and they're running back in the car to speed off. And watch how quickly karma keeps looking. And then he runs a stop sign. You want to do stupid games, right?
They on the damn. Yo, and that's actual footage of Jay Black running from the cops when he was
in the Plymouth acclaim.
Did you see the back seat? She didn't even get all the way in the car. I don't even think the car door was shut all the way.
Yo, what are we doing here? Y'all deserve. You know what?
That's like immediate karma,
y'all
though.
deserve
Like,
this
that's
girl.
like,
After the car hit, y'all deserve this girl to come get you. Right? It's crazy. That's what you get.
I saw that. I was like, well, damn. All right.
No, nobody deserves that. I hope they were okay. Like that was crazy.
Throwing eggs.
Look, her car door wasn't even shut all the way.
Who is still throwing eggs? Do you know how expensive
Her car door? She wasn't even all the way in the car yet.
Did she
No,
fly
look,
out?
yeah, because she wasn't in the car yet all the way.
Get. I don't wish them injury, but I'm glad. I know an airbag popped out if they have an airbag because the Plymouth claim
not
didn't
if
have
the
an
seatbelt.
Shut up with the Plymouth claim.
Not if the seatbelts weren't on.
Mo is such a fucking mom. She said, not if the seatbelts weren't on. The seatbelts weren't on. The airbag
heart,
is not going to release.
I'm saying, like, that's
that's
heavy. But that's like instant karma. Like you went to egg your baby dad car or your boyfriend car because you thought he was cheating, and
no fact.
And you get hit by a car.
Is that my cousin Rivera, or are we cousins? Is that my cousin? I want to know. Then it didn't last long, but Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
like
okay. Got it.
Like that's just like instant turnaround. You did wrong, and bam.
All right, so listen, y'all. Let's get to it. We're having fun. I woke up late. We have a guest. Shout out to C Chung. Everybody knows Sister Act. Everybody knows iconic movie. Everybody knows City High. And if you're from Willingboro, like I'm from Willingboro, Hawthorne, C Chung, you were in Hawthorne, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So we all, when this guy, when the whole group, him and the whole group blew up, it was like we blew up. I remember like, oh shit.
He was like, we made it.
We did it.
Not he, but we.
And remember, we didn't have no social media back then. So the word on the street had to get around. Yo, Ryan's in a movie. And I was like, what? He's in a movie with Whoopi Goldberg. I said, get the fuck out of here. Oh, I was a little jealous, but at the same time, I was happy for her. I was like, this motherfucker done made it. Okay. And then I saw Ryan at a comedy show that I did, and they were like, yo, Ryan's here. And I'm doing the comedy show, so I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, well, fuck him, it's my show. But here I go. I get on stage. Shout out to Ryan Toby. Immediately. And everybody's like, oh, Ryan's in the building. Get up and sing. Ladies and gentlemen, with that long ass introduction, give it up for Mr. Ryan Toby. In the building. Let me get this. Let me get it going. Let me get it going. Let me get out.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
You good? I know you up early, dog. I know you probably went to sleep like 7 minutes ago. So you're good?
No. I'm an early bird. I just came from doing my nature walk. Went on a nice little hike this morning, so I'm good.
So you your mic sound kind of just like we can barely hear you.
Oh, it's my earbuds. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, let me get situated.
Because it was already bothering Jay Black. I saw Jay Black. He was already bothered by it.
He had the control. He
was doing a look around like something's going on. Is Mike going to address this? Mike going to address this? Somebody got to
look. Can we please appreciate?
Talking to the people up top and everything.
Just came from his nature walk.
All right, let's try it again. Let me hear. Say something. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we don't hear.
Now we have no audio.
It happened. Technical difficulties happen.
It happens.
It's technical difficulties.
We
You're fine.
Can't hear you at all. So just work it out. Work it out. We got you. We're not going nowhere. We got you. We need you. We can't go anywhere. We need this interview at this point.
All right, take the mute off.
See Chuck walking him through it.
Oh yeah, he's muted. Let me see.
Okay, I did that. Well, is this any better? No.
Yeah.
It's definitely way better.
Yeah, it's way better. We got you. All right, we'll work with it.
Yes.
Good morning.
Go ahead, keep talking. Go ahead, say something. Keep talking.
Check. I got.
Yeah.
Everything on my end is.
You good? You good? Can you hear us?
It was
He's
my
frozen.
earbuds was plugged
Can
in,
you
but I
hear
just
us?
took them off, and now I'm just,
No, he's frozen.
is
It's
this any
delayed.
better? Yes? No?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah?
Let's just rock out. We're good. We can hear you. You're on here.
You
You
sure?
froze a little bit, but then you unfroze, so you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Now the TP.
Yeah, let's just
now.
rock out. We're good.
Uh-oh.
We can hear you.
Can he? I don't know if he can hear us though. I don't know if
I
he
can
can
hear
hear
you.
us.
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Oh, we Gucci now. We good. We
He
good.
looking right at you, motherfucker.
No, I didn't.
He looking right the fuck at you. He said, "I'm good." And
Let
this motherfucker-
me
I like
see
to
if I
apologize. This is
all right.
this
Is
is not. Yeah, there we go.
this any better? Is
Yes,
this any
that's
better?
perfect. That is perfect. We're good. Ryan, before something else happens,
Okay.
before we get into our conversation, I like to get business out the way. There's a reason why you are all over the place. What are you promoting? Like, what is it that you're promoting right now? Uh-oh. What are you promoting?
A couple of things.
Okay.
A couple of things. The first thing is the Oh Happy Day challenge. I started that a couple of days ago just to like get the fans involved, take advantage of this moment. Everybody's living their nostalgia. Everybody's reliving their childhood with the Sister Act 2 reunion.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? I get so many DMs about, oh man, I grew up watching you. I wanted to sing your note. I wanted to sing like you growing up. So I made up the Oh Happy Day challenge for people to just be able to sing the Oh Happy Day moment and, just have some fun with the fans. And the other thing I'm promoting is my new album is called Passport and it's dropping on Friday. So I'm really excited about that.
So the album Passport is dropping, and this is your first. How long has it been since you personally put out a project?
Oh no, this ain't my first. I've been putting out projects for years now. Over the pandemic in 2020, I put out 10 albums called Songs for the Lockdown series, volumes 1 through 10. So I'm a real, I'm a songwriter. I write for all kinds of big name artists, but then I put music out too, just to have fun, man. So this is just the first one I put out in 4 years, but I got a ton of music out.
How old were you in Sister Act? Like legit, the legal age. How old were you when you were in that movie?
I was 16. I think I had just turned 16.
God damn! Wow.
Yeah.
You were 16. So you go from you're in a movie. We all know you. Like to us, you had turned into Will Smith overnight. Like you went from Ryan around. What part of Willingboro did you live in?
Millbrook, baby, jungles.
Okay, you was in Millbrook.
The hood.
Why we always change our
borderline the hood? That was
why do we always change? We change
right
our nice park names.
Right on the cusp.
As soon as you hit Millbrook, it started getting great.
No.
And then you had Penny Packer, the hood.
So why do we change our nice neighborhoods into the jungle? Why do we do that? Why do we do? We was like, but so you're that young.
Yeah.
You're in a movie.
Yeah.
And then from there, everything becomes, you become part of you. I don't know who founded City High. I don't know who was the one. I don't know who created City High. I don't know who had the idea. I don't know who brought everybody together. So excuse me, because I don't know those stories behind the scenes. Dog, that's gotta affect you for I can't handle attention now. I don't even know what it's like to have a movie that people are going to Fox Theater or AMC to go watch. How did that affect you as a 16-year-old? You at some point you had to be feeling yourself a little bit paused. Like you had to that had to have changed you.
Actually, not really. Right after the movie, because the movie, technically, a lot of people don't know, by critic standard, it was considered a flop in '93 compared to the first film. Because the Sister Act, the first movie, did 250 million in the box office. The second one only did about 50 in the box office. So from a box office standpoint, it kind of like flopped. So there was no fanfare. There was no red carpet. I went back to high school. I went back to school. I was back in Willingboro. I was back in Willingboro High. There was no groupies. There was no champagne. There was none of that, right? So
Ryan, there was no groupies, Ryan.
Over the years, Sister Act started playing on TV. And as it played on TV over the years, every year on HBO, every year on TLC, Lifetime, whatever, BET, then it started to become a cult classic on television. So over the years, it was like I started feeling myself later into my late 20s and 30s. It was like, yo, I just watched you on TV last night. Oh my God, me and my family watch you every year. And that's how it kind of blew up to become this big, like iconic thing in the culture over time.
That's interesting because honestly, that's probably a better way for you to start getting these hoes in your late 20s and 30s, because you know you
not the hoes
in the world.
You won't get nobody pregnant while you're in Willowboro High. Like,
right.
Like it actually worked out. Like, listen, it's God's plan, Ryan. It's God's plan. Like God decides when you get the hose. He decides.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's take it from there. So now you've done the movie. You were actually in real life. You don't even remember coming to my comedy show, probably, but you were at my. Okay, so you were at the comedy show, and who creates the idea for City High? Whose idea was it that y'all just hung out together and y'all were like, hey, we all sing and let's do it?
No.
Whose idea was it?
So we all are from Willingboro and we all went to the same high school, just at different times. So like when I was a senior, Robbie was like a sophomore, and then I graduated. Then when he was a senior, Claudette was like a freshman. And so, and then he graduated. So a manager, through a mutual manager named Marvin Thompson, manager named Ken Joseph, they were managing Robbie. And I had moved on. I was graduated. I was working with Jazzy Jeff at his Touch of Jazz Productions in Philly. You know, he had Jill Scott and Glenn Lewis and Music Soul Child and Flo. We were all young working at Jazzy Jeff's studio back in the day. So I ran into my old manager and he was like, yo, I'm managing this kid that you went to school with. His name is Robbie. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember him. And so he was like, yeah, we got him a deal with Wyclef Jean. They got it in Jerry Wonder. They got a label on Interscope called Booger Basement. He was like, yo, you should come write some songs for this kid. So I was like, all right, cool. So we linked up and I was just writing songs for Robbie's solo album. That's how it started. And then Clef already knew me through Lauryn Hill, through Sister Act. So Clef knew of me. He knew me. He knew of my talent, skill set, whatever. So by the time I saw Clef again with Robbie, Clef was like, yo, Ryan, stop I say, like, yo, this is
Oh, that's the setup. That's the setup.
Yo, Ryan, stop I say. It was with that hard Haitian W, you know, that Haitian W, YN, you know what I mean? So now shout out all my Haitians. But Clef was like, yo, what you up to now? And I was telling him I just finished working with Will Smith. I was signed to Jazzy Jeff, but my contract was about to be up with Jazzy Jeff. He was like, yo, you should come over here and rock with us. He was like, matter of fact, you and Robbie should be a duo. Y'all could be like a new Casey and JoJo. So City High initially, just me and Robbie. Me and Robbie were City High, and Claudette, we just had her featuring, like singing on hooks and stuff like that. But when Clef and them heard Claudette singing on the hook for What Would You Do, Clef was like, who is the girl? So then when they saw her, they fell in love with her, of course. And then it went from y'all should be the next Casey and JoJo to y'all should be the next Fugees. The group just kept getting bigger.
Wyclef is full of shit.
Yeah. It was about to be, y'all should be the new Kurt Franklin in the family. Like, it was just
right.
I'm saying that's just my cousin, though. Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
You should be the group.
But yeah, we stopped it at 3. Like, all right, we ain't gonna get no bigger than this. This is it. We ain't add no more motherfuckers to the group.
Right.
Nah, but it was kind of like a making the band situation. You know what I mean?
So when C Chung had introduced me to y'all, and y'all came to the radio station, we did an interview, and C Chung gave me, I think it was on DAT at that point, and we played the song, and I was like, wow, these guys are these people are young, like y'all are younger than me. I'm like, they're young, but fuck it, let's do the interview. We heard the song. A lot of people don't know that song, the first one. What Would You Do? It's the white stations that played it first.
Oh, big time.
Yes.
Like it was the 102s in every city. Like it was the white stations. And I'm sitting there going like, damn, I'm trying to play this. I'm trying to get them to play the song. And I'm trying to sneak it in there because sometimes I had a little pull where I could play certain songs. And then y'all did the remix. Yeah. And when y'all did the remix, then it was all it was all a go. And next thing you know, y'all. So just give me a little point. When did you feel when you were at City High? When was the point where you guys were popping, like popping, where you was like, oh shit, like we're a big group? Like, what was there a certain moment? Was there an award show, or was there a certain concert that y'all did that y'all were like, yo, we damn, y'all were young? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So to your point, what happened? Our issue we were having was our song was too white for the black stations and too black for the white stations. So we had that issue going on for a while when Jimmy Iovine and Interscope were trying to break us, and it was actually Fort Wayne, Indiana, a station out of like Fort Wayne. It was these small markets, these kind of like secondary markets. Fort Wayne, also I think like Rhode Island, a couple of stations out there, in Connecticut, a couple of stations out there. They started jumping onto the record, and you know these were like more so white pop stations, so they started breaking the record, you know, and then also too. The part in the middle of the song where we go to the Dr. Dre to hold up.
Yeah.
Like we did that at a show one time at a showcase, and Jimmy Iovine happened to be at this showcase in LA, and we just did it on some like DJ try to like hype the crowd up, and Dr. Dre had the hottest record out at the time with Next Episode. So we did it in a live show one time. Jimmy Iovine was like, we're putting that in the song. And called Dre, who is his best friend, and was like, yo, we need to clear this sample. We're adding this to. We had Dr. Dre's song in our song while Dr. Dre's song was out.
It was on.
Yo, that is so
clear. And it was
that's
clear.
crazy. That's crazy.
It was unprecedented. So then Black Radio was able to kind of, okay, it's a pop record, but you got the Dr. Dre little part in there, and then it was starting to stream itself over to Black Radio. And then when we came out with the second single, Caramel, and we did the remix, Trackmasters did the This City High remix, with Eve on it. Then it was like, all right, now we got Black Radio. And then it was like, okay, we on fire. We got the hottest, we had the number one selling single in the country for a while with the What Would You Do. We was even beating Janet Jackson at one point. It was crazy. And then we had the remix with the Trackmasters and Eve, and it was pandemonium at that point, bro. We was performing for 20,000. They singing every word. It was pandemonium at that point.
No, it was crazy. You actually, before y'all did the theaters and your arenas, y'all did a show for us at a club called Adrenaline on Delaware Ave. And there's only two times that club was always packed, but the two times that were legendary was when the Locks came and they never got through their first song. That's a whole different story. And when y'all came, and I remember how crazy it was and how packed it was. So when everything's going on, is the money coming in, or is it one of them stories that y'all not seeing the money? We always hear the stories that I wasn't seeing the money the way y'all thought we were seeing the money.
Yeah. No, I wrote all the songs, so I was getting my money.
But there's two more people in the group.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was getting my money the whole time.
So what you're saying is Robbie had every right to drink a lot. I'm playing. That's my big. I got the same problem.
No, not at all. No, we was getting our paper, man. We was having a good time. I don't know what everybody was doing with their money, but I just was getting my money from a couple sources. It wasn't just the group. You know what I mean?
But you knew more than them.
And other money, huh?
But you basically, I'm not being funny and I'm not trying to be mean or anything. You knew more than everybody else because you had already been in this business since you were 16. So you kind of knew the angle that I got to get this paper from writing these songs, and then we can get the show paper, and then we'll see if the record label is actually gonna really give us the money after we recoup everything. And everything.
My attorney. I remember when I called my attorney after when Wyclef and them presented me with the idea of becoming a group, joining a group, and signing to the label with two other people. I called my attorney to ask him his advice, and he was like, Ryan, you sure you want to be in a group? He was like, you'll make more money writing and producing for this group than you will being in it. And I was like, damn, you're right. So I still wanted to be in the group, but I had to, have the mindset of like, okay, make sure you're writing and producing songs. But Robbie was producing songs as well, so he did great. Robbie was good. Everybody was good.
Ryan, I have a funny feeling you were the only person who called the attorney. I have a funny feeling you were the only person. I'm just assuming. So everything is going. Like your career's city, it's going. Like we're looking at and please tell Claudette, please tell her to forgive me because she doesn't like me from the radio. She does it, and I apologize. I run my mouth. I was on the radio. I'm sorry, so I apologize. Please tell her I apologize because when we saw y'all, we were like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna go your different ways at some point, just like Destiny's Child, just like y'all gonna go your separate ways. Claudette's gonna have an amazing career. Ryan is doing his thing. He's already talked to his attorney. He's making his money. He's already been in movies and stuff like that. And Rob was, like you said, was supposed to be a solo artist, so everything's gonna be good. Yeah. When was there critical moments where you were like, okay, this is going bad now? Were there moments?
Yeah, like any group, you got your personality differences that you always have. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like David Ruffin was David Ruffin the whole time. You know what I mean?
Ain't nobody come see you, Otis.
So, but I think with money, with fame and success, it only magnifies what's already there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, throwing more money on something, throwing more fame and more attention onto something doesn't necessarily make it better if it's already toxic. So we already had our toxic shit amongst the group. I had my bullshit with me. Robbie had his shit with him, Claudette, whatever, and we was mad young. And so, even management had their bullshit with them. Clef had it. Everybody had their bullshit with them. It's just when money and fame and success get involved, then the bullshit gets amplified and magnified. You know what I mean? So it was just kind of one of those things where it was almost like doomed from the beginning type of thing, but we went with it anyway. And then, and it didn't help that, me and Claudette started dating, messing around and all of that. That didn't add nothing better.
Glad you mentioned it.
Yeah,
Since you mentioned it. When I first met y'all, that first interview, I was told who Claudette was with. Because she's a pretty woman. She's a pretty woman. So, and I was told, C. Chung was like, yo, just understand, be respectful. I said, cool, I got it. I said, that somebody's with her. Did you and Rob ever catch the fade? That's what I did. And who won?
What? So, absolutely.
Absolutely. Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
So we normally a radio host should say we don't have to go into details. No, we can go into details. So when these interactions happen, were these before shows, after shows? Was it just one day y'all in the car and you like, dog,
both, all the above. It was sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. We lived it. We lived it to the fullest. So yeah, it was definitely the fights backstage, and then you got to go on and smile, and you put some makeup under the black eye, and like, come on, man.
Right?
Yo,
it was all a part of the story. Like, it was like a real Temptations movie,
rock and roll
story. Yeah,
so
it was a vibe.
So when y'all get
niggas had gangsters around everything.
It was crazy.
Because speaking as just men. Sorry.
All right, here we go.
Just men. I know there had to be a point where it has to be awkward for Rob to be around the situation every day. Like the situation it has to be crazy that she's chosen you.
She's chosen you.
She's chosen you, and now me and you got to be on the stage talking about what would you do? I'd want to. What would you do? I'd want to stab you. What would you do? That's what. So when is the final straw where you go like, did y'all decide to dissolve the group, or was it something where it just got so bad that even the record label was like, y'all can't manage.
Yeah, no, the record label didn't give a fuck. They didn't care about our personal. They just wanted to make money. They didn't care about none of that shit. They like, yo, can you still get in the studio? Can you still make an album? No, like they didn't care about none of that. That's why I said it was kind of like it was toxic from the very beginning. Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, I think the breaking point, two things. Claudette got pregnant. And we were about to go in to record the second album, and she didn't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? It was just it was a lot, you know. She didn't want to be in a scenario where, you know, just being in between and all of that bullshit. And, you know, and Robbie was he was spiraling, and you know, rightfully so. I get it. Like, you know, I was messing with his ex-girl. Like it's whack. Like it is what it is. So it just wasn't getting any better. And there was no and we had fought about it. We had cried about it. We had bro hugged about it. We had fought again about it. Like we did all of that. It just wasn't getting no better. And the reality was I was with her. We was in love and we was moving on with our lives. It is what it is. And I don't, you know, nobody regretted it. It just was one of them things, you know what I mean? So it was like, she just was like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. And so that was like the end of it. That was when it was like, you know, all right, time to shift gears and do something else. So for me, it was falling back on my pen. Like, all right, well, I'm gonna just start focusing on writing. And I moved to Miami, and I had like a production crew, you know, a production team I started, and we moved on with our lives. You know what I mean? I went to Atlanta, started working with Usher, and it was like, all right, the City High stuff, it's cool, moving on. And I wanted to start a family with my girl.
So I'm gonna throw it to Mo. I just want to ask this last. I'm gonna ask more questions, but then I'm gonna throw it to Mo after this. And you don't have to answer this in real life. You don't have to answer this. You don't have to say anything. Do you think Wyclef, did something go on with Wyclef that you thought may have been a foul thing? Did Wyclef try and holler at Claudette? That's my question.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, everybody tried to holler at Claudette.
You wanted to holler at Claudette.
Like, C. Chung tried to holler at Claudette. You think I don't know, but I know.
Yo!
Hey,
I know.
That was early.
Everybody was trying to holler at Claudette. And that's why, but this is why, you know, I'm like, can't no nigga blame me for trying to get at her, nigga, because every nigga was trying to get at her, nigga. Like, nigga, don't act like you ain't want to get at her too, nigga. I'm just the nigga that succeeded and went through with it and got the job done. Yeah, like I don't feel bad about that.
Yo, for the first time in my life, I get to say this, Ryan. I didn't try and holler,
but she wanted to.
That shit is hilarious. So, and that's why I wanted, and I'm saying this to you, and it's probably gonna sound weird the way I'm gonna say it. I really do want to interview Claudette because I really think being a woman in this business and having the superpower of just being born beautiful is really tough for you to navigate in this business. Because us,
and hold on, let me throw a very important caveat out there. She was like 16, 17, bro. Like, niggas got to give her a break. I don't know a woman alive that ain't mess with somebody, do something, this, that, at 16, 17, 18, that now in her 40s might be like, yeah, you know, I probably shouldn't have did that, or I probably shouldn't have messed with it. Like, you know, like, so you can't hold kids to a standard of a mindset that you have as an adult. Like, I don't know how they could have done it. Niggas was kids. Like, she was 16 from 16 to like 17 and a half when she dealt with Robbie. And then when she was 18, she started dealing with me. Like, what are we talking about? Like, let's everybody just calm down.
16,
like,
18 years,
like,
and
the talking about a marriage of 10 years that was broken up.
Right.
A high school girl from like 9th grade to like 11th grade, and that was it. And then she was dealing with me for the next 15 years. Like, everybody
and I'm not over, but I would really love to interview her because a lot of people are gonna think I'm exaggerating. To us, she was our next Beyonce.
She was the
That's
next
how
Beyonce for sure.
we were looking at her like she was gonna be the next Beyonce. And you make a good point. The girl's 18 years old, being told this stuff and making a song with Wycliffe, and now that song is popping, and now and then the pregnancy happens, and then I guess she decides what you said. She decides she don't want to do it no more. And then you and her go off and you try and make the family happen. And from that point on, where is it? And then Mo, I'm going right to you. At that point, where is it that Ryan and Claudia just go like, this ain't gonna work? Because I've been there. That's the reason why I'm interested.
We was together for a long time, bro. Me and Claudette was together like 15 years. You know what I mean?
You got married, right?
They were married, yeah.
Yeah,
we were married, right?
Like we was together like 5 years, and then we was together like almost 7.5, almost 10 years, something. Then we got married. We was married for like 5.5 years. Like our whole run was like a good 15-year run. Like we raised, children together. We had a house together. Like, it was a real relationship. It wasn't like, so like, you know what I mean? So that's why I mean, like, it was real life. It was a beautiful thing. We still friends to this day. Like, you know what I mean? So that ain't, but at a certain point too, we had, our own little inner turmoil or whatever that, the relationship and marriage, we walked away from the marriage, but everything else about it is we still family. Like we still spend the holidays together. Like, you know what I'm saying? We family.
Ryan got a lot in common. Me and Ryan got my ex that I was with for 20 years. We still do the holidays and everything like that. But that's a hurt. Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, because I got so much. Go ahead.
No, so you work with different artists. Who's your favorite artist that you got a chance to work with?
Favorite? Wow. There's a couple. I mean, wow, there's a couple. Favorite? Well, Usher's actually a monumental talent to work with. Mario, he gets busy in the studio, and I've worked with him early I've been knowing Mario since Say I'm Just a Friend since those days. Like he tried to holler at Claudette. He was like 16 years old, like in front of me, like little nigga.
I'm right. I see. Chill.
No, Mario.
What? Oh my God! Now Mario was a real one. He from Baltimore. That little nigga was like, "What's up?" Like, yo, like, I was like, yo, this little nigga cold. And he sing his ass off. He had the braids. Yeah, I'm talking about the braids, Mario. You feel me? Nah, but Mario's a phenomenal talent. Jill Scott's a phenomenal talent. Oh my gosh, Jasmine Sullivan was just next level out of this world.
Shout out to Philly.
I mean, it's just there's so many. I really enjoy. I don't know if I have a favorite. They were all fun. Lionel Richie is he almost like that cool ass uncle that got a lot.
He tried to holler at Claudette.
A lot of bread, and he gonna pop his shit the whole time. Like, come here, young buck. Come here, nephew. Let me show you the room I built, to look like the palace in Buckingham Palace over here. Like, goddamn, this nigga got a Buckingham Palace room in the house. Like, what the fuck? What? Like, you know what I mean? So Lionel Richie was really dope. Will Smith was just, he's everything. Smart, funny, rich, cool.
All right, Ryan, you said Will Smith, but real quick, you said Will Smith. Did Jada try and holler at Claudette? I'm just asking.
You know what?
I'm just asking.
No. My Will Smith days were pre Claudette. So you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Nah, but then I got to, go to Will's crib and stay at the crib, on a couple occasions. So, Claudette wasn't in the picture then.
So we talked about being real men. So what was that? I know y'all had to have some concerns when those artists tried to holler at Claudette in your face. What was that one time, I guess, when you and her got into it, like, then he's trying to holler. Why would you flirt back? Like, what was that ever? Did that ever happen? In insecure moments, let's say?
Jay Black's a very jealous man.
Yeah. I definitely had my insecurities as a young dude in a public relationship and all of that, especially as the relationship began to become more public and people knew we were messing around. I definitely had a lot of growing to do in that regard. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it wasn't just celebrities, you know, executives, all kinds of people. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, you know, we had like any young relationship, you're gonna have your back and forth. You know what I mean? Why are you looking at him? Well, why are you looking at her? Well, I ain't looking at her. Yes, you was. And like,
So let me rewind a little bit. Let me go back to Robbie, because I think in a way Robbie gets kind of lost in when we talk about City High in a way. Did you ever, because these people here have all dealt with my addiction, like all of them have dealt with me going off the rails, and they've come to my aid, and sometimes they've just been like, I don't know what we're gonna do, we can't do anything. Did you ever, or was the relationship not even that solid that you ever reached out and say, dog, we got to get you some help, or you got to get some help? And for those who don't know, Robbie had a very public alcohol addiction, that he was on a TV show the whole nine, which I was bugging when I saw the TV show when he was on there, and he started playing videos of y'all and going through it. Did you ever reach out? Was there ever an intervention that you tried?
To ask if there ever was an intervention is such an understatement, bro. We got to understand that Robbie's his addiction wasn't a result of City High. Like, he was already battling with that,
right,
before the group even started. That's why I said there was a lot of toxicity in the group from the very beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Before the group was a group, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, of course, on many occasions we talked about it, tried to intervene in different ways, but you know, he was a young nigga getting money too. Like, you know, young fly nigga getting money. You can't tell a young nigga getting money nothing. You just got to go through it. You know what I mean? We always there. You know what I mean? So, was there like a big family intervention type of thing? No, but I mean, I was working closely with him. I was on tour with him. I was in the studio with him. So, and it was problematic then. Making the album was problematic on a lot of occasions, but I don't know. That's why I said it's just one of those things where I think maybe I would have expected. Well, no, let me say this. I take responsibility for being the oldest one in the group, and the one who was in the business the longest. I take full responsibility for, like, yo, I could have and maybe should have led this situation better, maybe big brother this situation better. I mean, you can't make nigga do something, you know, they don't want to do. But at the same time, I felt like I could have maybe said something earlier before we even like signed the contract. Like, yo, man, if we're gonna do this, bro, you're gonna have to tighten up with such and such, or maybe you need to get like I can't sign this contract and get in a group with you, and now we're gonna be in the studio and working together and this and going on tour, and this gonna be problems because you dealing with this or you dealing with that. I mean, we all was partying, everybody was partying, we was in our young 20s, but it's, you know, his party was a little heavier. You understand what I'm saying? And I think sometimes, you know, as friends or loved ones, you know, if we all out having a good time, but we not noticing that maybe like Mike is going a little too hard, or maybe he going hard, like he do every day. Like, damn, bro, we just like, we going again. We want to go again. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think, remember when Charlie Murphy said, go when Rick James was like, nigga, let's go to the abyss, nigga. And Charlie was like, I don't want to go to the abyss, Rick. Like, I don't want to go to the abyss, nigga. Like, he said, yo, Charlie was like, yo, Rick, man, I think you might have went too far. And he said, nigga, there's no such place.
Those are facts. Like, those are
so
facts.
That's when it goes from like, yo, we all partying together to like, yo, I think you might have a problem, or you might be taking it a little too far. So that's why that's one thing I look back like, dang, in hindsight, if I could, I don't regret anything at all, but in hindsight, I feel like even just for the sake of the business and for the brand and for what the group could have been, you know, I was like, dang, I could have said something a lot earlier and stood my ground. Like, nah, dog, we can't move forward until we address this, you know.
But as a therapist, I can tell you that would not have changed the outcome. Like that wouldn't have changed what went down at all.
Yeah.
Because they listen. Just be the fact that you even think that it could, because y'all may not have had an intervention. Let me just give you a quick story. Let me tell you about the intervention they gave me. Right, Jay Black had the best intentions in the world. Right,
He did.
you know where the intervention happened at? It wasn't a Starbucks, Ryan. It wasn't a Starbucks. It wasn't, you know, somewhere in the afternoon. They tried to do an intervention at a strip club. They sat me down.
It was a comfortable spot, Ryan. It was a comfortable location that we normally went to.
This nigga got eyes on it. Like, yo, bro, we was thinking you might need to like chill, my nigga. Like, cause bro, you wildin', bro. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Ryan.
Go down, my nigga.
Yo, Ryan, let me tell you. Hold on, just let me set this up for you. You know QDZ, Quincy Harris. You know Quincy, from Philly. QDZ. You know. So Quincy had a TV show. So I was a guest on the TV show. So I killed the TV show, did great, did the whole thing, and they were like, "Yo, we're gonna go to the strip club, right?" And what you said, they put us in this section. So what you said is exactly right. So the women are coming, and somebody, they say, "Yo, we need to talk to you real quick." I'm like, "What?" And the music's on. The music is like, boom, pop, boom, boom, pop, boom. Like, I was like, "What y'all need to talk?" And I was in full TV mode, Ryan. I had the sunglasses on. I was in full TV mode. I was like, so I took my sunglasses. Like, what we need to talk about? He was like, boom, boom, pat, boom, boom, pat, boom, boom, pat. He was like, "Yo, I think."
While he dancing with it,
Jay's like this. I think, you know, we're worried. Oh, Rob opened it up. Big Rob was with us. And Rob was like, "Yo, we worried about you. You're doing a lot." Basically, what you were saying. You're doing a lot. We don't want you to sabotage nothing. Boom, boom, bap, boom, boom, bap. And I'm like, all right. So what are y'all saying? He said the drinking is a problem. Little did we know that in that section you were required to buy drinks, like you had to.
They was in the upscale. They was in like the
tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yo.
So when the waitress,
drink minimum, 2 drink minimum, fellas.
Yes.
We like to welcome you back. Come
to the stage, right? And then she looked at me. So listen, I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm like, I look at the girl and I'm like, "Yo, can I get a water?" She said, "No, you can't order water here." I said, "Well, can I get a Diet Coke?" "No, you can't order Diet Coke." And I looked at both of them like, "All right, so what we gonna do now?" Like,
2 drink minimum, fellas. 2 drink minimum. Remember, 2 drink minimum, 2 waitress, fellas.
That is where the intervention happened, though. So obviously, but my point being is they could have done 7 interventions. It wasn't going to change anything. It's going to be a daily struggle. And I've never told the story, and I feel like I'm not trying to be mean. Me and Robbie saw each other one time at a liquor store at about 10 o'clock in the morning. I didn't say nothing to him because I saw him. He was in front of me. And I realized that this is probably the one spot we don't need to say what's up to each other, because saying what's up to each other is really saying, what the fuck are we doing here at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
And I remember then afterwards is when the TV show happened where he was on the TV. I forget what the show was called. I used to watch it all the time.
One of them?
No, it was
called Intervention.
It was called Intervention. Yeah. Let me tell you how bad alcoholic I am. I would get drunk watching Intervention because I really liked the show. And I'm like, you are I would literally critique the people on the Intervention like, "Yo, you got to slow down," as I was doing shots. But I saw Robbie there and I never said what's up to him. And I was like, damn. So I always have a soft spot in my heart for him because I realized sometimes you can be so talented and you work with the man. You work next to the man. You could be so talented in any addiction that you're into, whatever it is, whatever your addiction happens to be, can destroy your talent and just to destroy your spirit, to have you doing dark things. Because the stories that came out with him, just even being physical with Claudette, that's wrong. It's a wrong thing. But I know when you're in that dark place, how this shit happens. And a lot of people just don't get that dark place on what it triggers in you. So I admire you, and I admire the kind words that you said about him. So thank you for saying. I'm not going to go on anymore with that. So
I'll just say this. What I learned and what I knew, and it's not for me to get into details, but like it goes back way further than City High. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, it does.
And that's why I said why I'm saying throwing money and fame on top of the fire that's already there only makes it plume bigger. You understand what I'm saying? It was already toxic from the beginning. You know what I mean? And so that's the part that I guess if we're gonna talk about it, then let's just put that out there too. Like, this isn't something that was a result of the group; it was magnified because of the group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, speaking of the group, we see a lot of these groups, and they're getting money, Ryan. They out here, they touring. The 2000s, they all coming back together so they can get this bread. What's the chances of that City High? What's the aspects of, you said you still talking to Claudette?
I've been getting calls, man. I've been getting so many calls for years about City High coming on tour. Like, years, people have been offering bags, and I'm like, man, I can come. I just don't know if I can.
I don't know if I can rally up the group.
Like, can I come by myself and just, and so, yeah, for years, man. And that's another reason why I'm like, damn. In another, like she said, there's nothing I could have done, but I guess I just think about it. So I don't live in any regret, but I just think like, wow, like, if I could have steered as the group leader, I'll just say that as the leader of the group, of the team, I feel like, man, if I could have steered it a better way so that the brand itself could still be living on, and we could be going out getting these bags, and we might not like each other, we may not talk, we may not whatever, but we know we're gonna go get this money. You know what I mean? And give the fans, the music that the fans love, and do it for the culture, get paid, everybody come home, go back to your own separate life. You know what I mean? And that's just something that I'm like, man, I feel like I could have cultivated that, or maybe I couldn't have, but I that's something I would want, just to, if we could cultivate a culture, like if me and you gonna be business partners, we set it in motion right from the beginning, like, hey man, at some point, I'm sure you're gonna want to go off and venture into other things. I'm gonna want to go out, but let's set up the company so that if either one of us want to leave, or when we split, the company can continue to run and we'll still get paid. You ain't never got to see each other again. That's something that you establish in the beginning of any business relationship,
So DJ Super just brought something up. Shout out to my man DJ Super. He said, would you ever consider adding 2 members like Drew Hill, like 2 members that you just get 2 members and you take, because somebody owns the trademark for City High.
Even 1 member, because him and Claude, that's it, has his ex-wife. They got 2 kids together. I'm sure there's something. He said they talk.
First of all, how you sure about that shit? How you sure?
Because he said they talk, and I know he said they still communicate. So maybe you and Claudette
she want to sing.
member.
Like me and Stacey cool, but she ain't want to make.
I thought about trying different iterations of the group. Trust me, I thought about going out with a different girl. I mean, there was me and Claudette had our rough patches too, as any divorced couple would, right? So it's like, we're good now, you know what I mean? But our kids are grown, there's only baby mama drama when there's babies involved. Once they ain't babies no more, all the drama goes away, because what y'all arguing about? This little nigga don't talk to either one of y'all. Like,
right.
I love this.
You know what I mean? So we're really in a great space now, but our kids are older and we passed all of that young stuff. But there was a time when it was rough, where we wasn't even talking. So I thought about, me and Robbie was talking, well, maybe we get another girl. But then, I would talk to Claudette, well, maybe me and you can go out and we bring another guy. And then I'm like, well, maybe I need to get another guy and a girl. I thought about all the different ways, bro. I kind of explored all the different ways, but nothing ever materialized the right way. And I think, maybe it's for a reason, and I just accept it. It'll come back together if it's supposed to, however it's supposed to. And I'm okay with that.
That's a lot.
It is.
Ryan, what you just said right now is a book. Like you ain't even give us, you ain't even give it. Like if there was a movie, this could be a movie. And I always think to myself, because everybody says this. This is what everybody says who's never been in this situation. I can get through anything if we make it money. Like we can put up with anything if the check is right. But obviously, what is it with the damn dynamic of being in a group that makes it so difficult for people to actually be able to make it happen for a long period of time?
I could tell you why. And this is very important that the culture, the fans, and everybody who's looking from the outside needs to understand. It's real easy for us as outsiders to look at a group and we just say, I don't know why they can't get it together and just go get this money. Because if that's the case, why you don't get it together with your cousin that you ain't talked to in 5 years? Why you don't get it together with I don't know many niggas that link up with their ex-wife and start a business together. I don't know many girls that want to link up with their ex-guy and link up and start this business together. When you're dealing with humans, you're dealing with emotions, you're dealing with dynamics, personalities, idiosyncrasies, and all these other things that come along with. These are people. They're not robots. Now, to you, it's just all you know is the group. All you know is the brand, right? We singing and dancing while Amy Winehouse is like, they trying to make me go to rehab. I said, no.
Facts. Yeah.
She's telling you she got a problem, and we just like, And then when the artist dies or kills themselves, or you find them dead on drugs, we're all like, oh my God, I don't understand. Yeah, dummy, because you never looked at her like a person. We look at these artists and we deify them and we say, oh, throw more money at it. And that's the problem, bro. Like, people are humans, you know what I mean? So any of my homies that be like, man, I don't know why you just can't put the group back together. I'm like, dude, that's my ex-wife, bro. I'm trying to make sure we keep it together I got children with this woman. Nigga, call your baby mama and tell her to come help. Niggas want to kill their baby mama, but they telling me I need to just work it out.
Figure it out.
Right.
Nigga, what are you talking about? People don't allow celebrities the grace of humanity. Like, they're humans. They're humans with human feelings, human emotions, whatever. Like, there's a lot of dynamics going on, bro. You know what I mean? You don't even talk to your own brother. You ain't talked to your brother in 16 years. Nigga, what are you, and y'all brothers. Why you and your fuck that nigga. No, I never. Now see him, it's on site. Like, that's your brother.
But you said that one word. You said grace.
On site.
Yeah, but you said the one word. Like, we don't give y'all grace. We look at y'all like y'all are superhuman. Like, no, just sing and dance. I just need the music, and we don't look at you like, when you get off that stage, you still have to live. You still have to be with yourself, and you still have to be well with your soul after you finish all of that. So,
and we do the same thing with athletes. We do the same thing with anybody in any type of limelight. Justin Bieber didn't do nothing no different than any teenage kid. You do dumb shit. You drive fast cars. You run around with girls, and you know what I mean. You get speeding tickets, and right. He didn't do nothing no different than any college kid, any college white boy in America. But because he's Justin Bieber, I can't believe, and I don't understand how he could do that, and how he could, like, as if he's held to. It's just that he lived out his childhood on TV. You know what I mean? But all the same bullshit applies. Or any artist, she got pregnant by who? What do you mean? Girls get pregnant. What are you talking about? That's what happens in nature. Women get pregnant. People are having sex. People want love. People get in relationships, toxic relationships. That's why I said I don't know a woman on the planet who doesn't regret a relationship or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 from her younger years, from her college years or whatever. You know what I mean? But if it's done on TV, if Beyonce is in some bullshit relationship, if Brandy got pregnant, or if Lotto gets pregnant by, then it's like, oh, I don't understand. What don't you understand? Humanity?
You know what, Ryan? Since you're talking about that, that's interesting, because I was going to ask you something else, but I want to ask you this, because all the stuff that you know in this industry, and I'm not asking you to tell us anything. This ain't Shannon Sharp. I'm not trying to get you to say anything. all the stuff that you know, when you see the Diddy stuff pop off, were you at all surprised, or are you one of them people who go like, y'all don't even know the half? Now you can answer or not answer. It is up to you. It's up. We're not no full court press here.
Yeah. Nah, first thing I want to say, anytime anybody brings up Diddy, number one thing I want to say is I think about his children first. I think about his daughters.
Right.
You know, and I think about his family. I know a lot of people that are close to him, and so I just think about how it affects. I know, Cassie. I've got a chance to work with Cassie. She's very sweet. So I just think about all the ancillary effect. I don't think about the scandal first. I think about the ripple effect. Personal. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to just point the finger at the thing, at the bomb. You know what I mean? The detonation site, but you don't think about the ripple effect and how it affects everything around it. So that's the first thing I want to say. I just think about all of them. As far as being surprised, bro, I've been in the game 30 years, my nigga. Nothing surprises me about anything. Any scandal that comes out in the game about anybody, I'm always like, oh, okay. I could see that, because I've seen so much. So I'm just never shocked at all. These are human beings. Like, they're not really doing the stuff you hear about, even that's so scandalous, really ain't scandalous. You go to work with a nigga that did the same thing. You know it. You go to work with a nigga that got caught cheating on his wife. You go to work with a girl that got pregnant by another guy. You go to work with somebody that caught a case because him and his wife got into a fight last night. He drank too much. So and so they blow on the weekend. Like, these people. You got cousins in your family that's gay. You're like, we all know somebody get like. What are we shocked about? Yo, you're just shocked because it's on TV and it's somebody with opulence. But everything they're doing, somebody that shot their wife that lived 10 blocks. Yo, you heard about Bull? Yeah, he shot his wife. This happens in everything. There is no scandal that is really beyond anything you've ever heard or seen or experienced or got a friend or some form or facet. It's just that when it's celebrities, for some reason, it just gets like extra magnifying glass on it. Like, how could they? What do you mean? You got an uncle that's doing a bid because he murked somebody. What do you mean? Like, you.
But you know what, Ryan? I agree with you, but you know what? I think that's what people don't understand. I've been telling people about the entertainment business. I've been on here and they get tired of me being like, dog, this is a dirty game that you're getting involved in. And understand, with the standing ovations and with all the attention you get in a positive way, just understand it's going to be exactly like that the minute you make a mistake. It's going to be the same attention. It's going to be the same full court press on your life. The same tweets and Instagram, and now with social media, like, it's bizarre. All right, let me just end this on a fun note. And if anybody got a question, Drake or Kendrick, what did you think about the battle with Drake and Kendrick?
I thought it was amazing. I'm a big, super, super, super big Drake fan. And Drake, he was the champ. He was Floyd Mayweather for years. You know what I mean? He was unbeatable. And it was like, I feel like the performance K-Dot put in was just impeccable, because for a long time, nobody could touch the king. You know what I mean? So I just think in the spirit of competition, it was great. You want to see somebody reign. You want to see somebody be the man for so long and seem unbeatable, because it's inspiring to us, right? It's like a Tyson Fury come along, but before Tyson Fury, you got a Deontay. It was like he's unstoppable. He's unstoppable. Oh my God, he's unstoppable. Then somebody comes along and stops him. Whoa! And now this guy, he's unstoppable. He's unstoppable. And then somebody comes along and stops him. Thus his life. If Floyd Mayweather stayed in the game long enough and didn't retire, he just was smart enough to retire. But if he stayed in the game long enough, one of these little young boys would have had his number. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the natural progression of life. So I feel like the way everything played out with Drake and Kendrick, it was beautiful. I don't feel like Drake, I mean, he lost the battle, but in the grand scheme of what it all means, like Drake is a GOAT. He gonna go down in the Hall of Fame. It's just that, you know, this was the battle. A nigga got your number because niggas is studying you. If you the Michael Jordan, somebody's studying you. AI's been studying you enough to know how to cross.
I'm glad you said that. And that was my whole problem when I told people somebody in his camp should have been like, dog, we don't need this fight. We don't need this fight. Because Kendrick, you don't want to fight somebody who's been wanting to fight you for a decade.
Yes,
and it's been sitting there going like, I know what his weakness is. I know what he can't do. And I know not only am I going to go where I go, I'm going to make a happy diss song at the end, like he does, and literally make a happy diss song that my mom is walking around the house going, they not like us. They not like. Now, I'm like, he did it all. Like he got you with that. So I really felt like somebody in his camp should have been like, Drake, we don't need this problem. And the thing for Drake was, I thought he would have learned after the Pusha T situation that we don't need to go into these things with these lions. And Drake is a great artist. We can't take anything away from him. But these dudes have spent their careers ready to destroy somebody. Like, and that's why I was sitting there going like, dog, the only way you can win this battle is if you end this person's career. And why would you be in that when you're living such a great life? Why would you even jump into this? Like, I would have much rather, if I was Drake, I'd have just went on tour with him. Like, listen, let's go on tour together and let's just rock out. And the smartest man in hip hop history is J. Cole, because J. Cole said, I don't want this problem.
I don't want the smoke. I don't want none of the smoke.
He said it's laying heavy on my spirit. It don't feel good. And he was,
you know, like, when you bring God in it, everybody got to back away. They can't even say nothing to you.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you got to tell you.
It's honestly, if you wanted to give today's show, that it was such a great conversation, and I thank y'all for having me on. It's like today's show is about humanity. Acknowledge your humanity, my nigga. Don't ever think you're beyond being human, and don't look at nobody as beyond being human. J. Cole was like, nigga, I'm just a man. I'm just a human. And I'm gonna take my human ass. I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna bow out. I'm gonna be human.
And that's all I sat here and argued with C Chung. I was trying to, and C Chung was, no, it's hip hop. He a bitch. He need to go in there.
C Chung is gonna get a nigga killed every time. Just know that. He's gonna get a nigga killed every time.
C Chung got me choked out before.
All right, so
all the time.
I got a question. You said being human. We're wrapping up. So your writing credits is crazy, Ryan. By the way, I looked. I said, "Whoa, you wrote for Justin Bieber, Will Smith, Miami. Of course, you got the What Would You Do, the Caramel, the Usher joint caught up. So you writing for Usher when he performs that at the Super Bowl? Like, is that a kickback for you from the streams? Like, how does that work? And I was curious with him performing. He's on the Vegas thing. What does the court up look like? Those writing credits.
Jay in your pocket.
The numbers are still being tallied, so I'll probably see that check in another few months, but it's coming.
I figured that. So yeah, I think every quarterly they get that. They get that. Mike, I'm thinking he performed that at the Super Bowl. It has to be dope for you being a writer.
Yeah, a lot of times too. Sometimes it'll be like just the time that it takes for all the collection agencies and the performing rights organizations to like calculate the money and like all the replays and all of that. So sometimes it can take about a year. It's just like when if a song comes out right now, what is this, June 24? It takes about a year for all the money to be calculated, tallied up, collected, and then you get paid roughly like a year later. You know what I mean?
What was the biggest purchase you made?
Purchase?
Yeah.
His attorney?
I guess a house.
House?
Probably a crib.
I spent about $500,000 on a crib.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dog, let me tell you something. This is something when you get to talk to somebody and actually have a long conversation. Like, I've talked to Ryan, but I've never had a long conversation. And this is going to say, this is a compliment, but I hope it's not a backwards compliment, but this dude is smart for real. Like he knows what he's doing. Like, this is what
he gets it.
He gets it. Like, he said at 18 or 19 years old, he called his attorney for advice. The only time when you're 18, the only time you call an attorney is when you're in jail. That's the only time. This is
your premise to claim.
With a premise
New album is out, Mike. He got a new album out.
Out this Friday.
This Friday, Passport.
Ryan, whenever you're back, I don't know where you're at right now, but whenever you're back on the East Coast, if you're in New York, you're in Philly, please holler at us. And if you ever want to join the morning show on Jonesy in the Morning, I'm up there every Monday morning. So if you ever want to do an interview or anything like that, I'm sure she would love to have you on there on 94.7.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been a long time coming, Mike. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank y'all too, man. To the team, thank y'all, man.
Ryan Toby, ladies and gentlemen, we asked all the questions, damn it, and he answered them. This is beautiful.
Yeah, he answered them all.
He answered them all.
Mike tried to get messy. He answered.
I did not.
You did. You talked about Robbie and the dating, and now your boy. You tried. You tried.
I tried to keep it zen. I tried to keep it zen.
C Chung tried to holler at Claudette.
We found out C Chung shit in real
life. Chung, I found out you wasn't shit. I mean,
that was before him.
Hey, listen. Look, we all human. So if we're gonna tell it, ain't no room for no judgment. We all human, baby.
That wasn't after my brother. All right. I ain't no slime ball, all right? Yeah, don't paint my picture like that. Put smut
you are disgusting. You'll never be around one of my chicks ever in life. I do ever.
Hey, Mike, come on. You get into stories now.
Terrible.
Oh, Ryan, man, thank you. This is incredible. The response has been incredible. The people with the comments and everything. We didn't even get to all their questions and everything like that. We apologize, but this has been an incredible. I wish you don't need luck, but I continue blessing and doing everything you got to do. And thank you for being a good sport and answering difficult questions.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Ryan, Mother Evan College. We did good, y'all. We did good.
Y'all did good. You kept it respectful. He was an open book, which I like.
He really was. Yeah, he was.
I can tell you.
Like if he had to choose between Tanya Blunt and Lauryn Hill, like vocally, who would he go with?
Now or
does
then?
Lauryn Hill really have a voice like that?
I think Tanya back.
No, to me, Tanya has the range. Like Tanya has but of course, Lauryn Hill has a celebrity.
Yeah.
I super underrated.
Ashley said it went well. Good, Ashley said that means everybody was respectful. It was good. It was good. But I think he would.
And maybe we should follow this trend. Let the artist and the person we're interviewing bring out the dirty laundry, and then we can ask the question.
I didn't even talk about the Sister Act reunion on The View when he got that phone call.
I don't care about The View.
I thought that had though. I got the whole Happy Day, that whole performance. I was like, yo, that was my childhood.
That was amazing.
That was my girlhood.
That was.
I felt that.
Whoopi Goldberg, The View. I mean, I guess we could. We could. Yeah, you gotta go. You got a graduation to go to.
You got a graduation.
You got a pickup line to go to. C Chung got to roll a blunt. It's all like I got to go to work.
I'm seeing patients today. So
and the reason why this whole interview happened is because of C Chung, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So let's make sure.
And what camaraderie as a friend, even though you tried to holler at his ex-wife, he still decided to stay on the show and let you ask him a couple of questions.
I ain't gonna tell you, C Chung hit me with a few texts during the interview. I ain't gonna tell you.
Like I said, that was before it was his ex-wife. So.
No, it was all. It's all good. All right, y'all. This has been great. And we have a success. I don't want to jinx our next interview, but I've reached out to a pretty big comedian to come on. So before I say anything, I don't want to put the pressure on this person. He's on the West Coast, so we have to get the time right and all that stuff.
Is he tall?
No, he's not. So it's not who you think. We haven't had him on the show before.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully I can make that happen. All right, y'all. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. You fight for likes and views. Fight for your happiness. Never let anybody, anything, or any situation take it from you. From Michael Sean, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, and C Chung, we are gone. And our guest, my man, Ryan Toby. We're gone. Gone in.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes